Summer's a pretty alright season, mainly because of the warm weather. Not to mention, it's a bloody relief from that wank-stained season spring. Summer is by no means my favourite season, but nevertheless, there's a plethora of things that make it amazing. It's warm. Yeah, come to think of it, that's pretty much the only good thing about summer. But there's one thing about summer, namely something people do during summer, that is so nonsensical to me that I'm almost too confused to be annoyed. So in this video, I'll go over the one thing people do during summertime, which I'll never understand. But before I do anything, Summeran, I know you're meant to be like the antagonist on this channel, but considering that I'm currently talking about the season which has the same name as you get the privilege of not being my worst enemy. Anyway, onwards. Listen, for goodness sake, stop exaggerating how hot it is. And listen, I have viewers from Australia, India, and even Tunisia, didn't expect that. And I'm aware that these are significantly warmer countries than the UK. So for that reason, I can't complain on your behalf, but what I can say is that British people are the best at exaggerating the weather. At one point, they'll complain that it's freezing, but then the temperature increases by like 3 degrees, and then all of a sudden it's boiling. Make up your mind. Considering that the one commendable thing about summer is that it's warm, why is it our first instinct to complain that it's warm? That doesn't make any sense. And no, just because it's a bit hot doesn't mean you have to walk around shirtless. Why is that something people do? At that point you're just being extra. Because I'd be damned if I had to experience the additional 1 degree Celsius that the inimical fabrics on my shirt present me with. And for the record, I'm not going to draw any of my chibi characters shirtless, because we at Lightning Studios have a sense of decency. But regardless, my point still stands. There are clothes designed to withstand summer weather. Just wear them instead. And especially at the beach, it's as if everyone's understanding of the necessity to wear clothes just commits suicide or something. Literally, a few years ago I went to the Isle of Wight, which is a lovely place by the way, and I went to the beach in Sandown, and I'm not kidding, there were parents who let their kids run around completely bollock naked. I mean, I get it's a kid, so it kinda gets a pass, but for goodness sake, you're not at home. There are people here, man. And I don't mean to sound political or anything, I genuinely don't. But again, I just don't see the logic. Back when I was in Sandown, I, as well as most of the beach's regular attendees, lived right next to the beach. To get to the seaside from where I lived took no longer than 5 minutes. So if you can be up here, walking around doing errands with your clothes on, why is it that now you're down here? Especially considering that more time you're either hiding in the shade and wearing sunscreen like a pussyhole, or playing with water guns or something like that, which is cooling you down anyway. All of a sudden, clothes are the limiting factor. Seriously, can someone explain how that works? But Lightning, you're black, you're used to the heat. Anyway, if you find summer too hot, that's fine. But for goodness sake, you can't be hot on my behalf. If you can't handle the heat, that's your problem, not mine. I remember back in like 2014 or sometime around there was a massive heat wave in England, with the temperature reaching about 32 degrees. And at the time, I was in primary school. And usually, during break time and lunchtime, we're only allowed to play on the concrete. But when it's warm, we get to play on the grass. Now for primary school Lightning, that was like the best experience ever. For some weird reason. So we were all super excited, but then the teachers came along and ruined it completely. We couldn't play on the actual grass because of the heat, so instead we had to play in this dark forest area at the back of our school, just so that we'd be protected from the shade. That literally ruined my day. And to be completely fair to them, they're teachers and we're primary school kids, so they're just trying to do their job. But either way, if I willingly choose to expose myself to the heat, whatever repercussions may occur is my fault. Especially now that I'm apparently old enough to be responsible for everything, surely I should be able to manage my own temperature. Anyway, in conclusion, it's summertime. Yes, it's a bit warm, but there's no need to be so extra about it. If you're going to complain about how cold it is all year, don't then complain and the one time it gets warm. Either appreciate winter for its beauty, or shut up. Recording this audio actually felt a bit weird, because as of the time I'm recording it, it's actually raining, so like, that's lovely innit?